Hello and welcome once again to Yusuf Onabekun's YouTube channel. And on today, we'll be talking about how to cut your DMs costing. Now, if your Instagram DMs, your Facebook DMs, if your current DM costs you between 2K to 3K, definitely this video will save you thousand. Now, I am Yusuf Onabekun and I've been a mental strategist for the past 10 years. And the reason why my strategy works is it is peculiar to your business, which is for every business, I look at what your business is about, the kind of product you sell, and I set up adverts or targets based on that. And when we look at that, that is going to help you in saving a whole lot of cost as well. So now to not waste much of our time, this is a sample of one of my clients' accounts for the month of September 2025. And when it comes to where we are talking about your DM cost, number one factor that might be a very good effect is the product you're selling. For every product, they would behave differently. So when the product is a factor, then the next thing you want to look out is the creatives. Now you might have a creative that might run very well for the first 1 week, and the following week is going to not run well. So you want to be able to understand what exactly is working in that creative. What is the hook of that creative? Now, the other major factors that most people always overlook is your budget as well. Now, when you're setting up your DMs, probably when you're setting up and you're still using something between like 5,000 to anything under like 100,000 for one campaign, you would be able to understand that okay, my DMs give me chiefs or I can get lower than they. But when you now start moving further your daily budgets to something like 300, 500, 700,000, or even to a million per day, not per month, like your ad budget is like 1 million per day, then your major factor comes in play. Now you are not just going to be working only with the creative, you are going to be working with angles as well. You are going to be working with the audience as well. And one of the things that I always look out for, aside when I look at factors that might be a very big one, is when I'm setting up my advert when it comes to advertising. And this helps me a whole lot to be able to see that when I look at the product, I'm able to know that okay, let's see this video, let's see these images, let's see these angles, and see the one that will work very well for you. So let's say, for instance, now you reach out to me and I want to set up advert for you. You understand? One of the key things that I'm going to do is, let's say a typical business reach out to me and say they want to set up advert. My first is to always run it with engagement. Now, the engagement is always the factor. Although when you check their traffic and the likes, you're going to see other ones. And I don't go with this, they are automated, because over time I realized that while they want to give me the cheapest, they might end up giving me rubbish. You understand? So the next thing I want to do is I want to continue this flow. So when I continue this flow now, I majorly don't use CDU except maybe I want to scale up or I want to increase my stuff. So let's say this is just a test, and this helps me to, because when you don't use CDU, you're able to see which ad set is working, what is making that ad set to work particularly. So it helps you to function very well. So let's say this is one, and so let me use one of my. So let me say this is my business that I want to use it for. Not, this is just a sample. So I'm trying to. So for when you check here, you have to make sure that it is maximum number of conversation. There are some hard accounts now that you are going to see maximum numbers of leads for purchase by message. It would vary. So I think for each ad account, they are pushing it gradual. All those implementation is being pushed gradually, step by step. So after you choose this, you want to set your daily budget. So this is a very big factor you have to always look at, even after you choose your budget. You will spend an average of 22,000 and 89 per day, but your maximum spend can shift to like 38. Now, don't be surprised sometimes whereby you set your advert and you tell them that you want them to just spend this particular amount in a day and they end up spending it. You see, this is like more than half of your budget. So you should take note of that. So most time what I always tell clients is if your plan is to spend this 22,000 in a day, the best thing you can do is go with 10,000. So what I do is I make sure that you go with 10,000. So when you go with 10,000, now you will see that the budget is going to adjust accordingly, even though they will tell you that you should shift it. You can see it now. So give or take, they will still not be able to spend this. So this kind of saves you from wasting money. So your audience is also a big factor. Even though sometimes when you leave it like this, you let Facebook do their thing. But let's say along the line, your ad budget or your cost per conversion start increasing, then the first thing you want to come and do is you want to come and adjust the age. Now, the age is a very big factor. You want to adjust this age to 23. You understand? Because most times the 18 might give you plenty messages, but it's going to cost you more. So you want to adjust your age. You can easily just leave your gender. Another thing you want to look out for is whereby your exclusion. You can do your 30 days exclusion, your 90 days exclusion, your 365 days exclusion. Kindly check on my YouTube channel where I talked about the various ways you can retarget people. So that's where you'll be able to create various audience sizes. Now, the best audience to use is always your 30 days exclusion, which is it refresh your audience circle very fast. So one of the ways that I've been able to use to cut down my conversion or my budget or my ad is this exclusion of a thing. It tells a whole lot as well. So when we now move further down, this is going to help you as well. Definitely, you want your advert to just show to you just want your advert to first show to people everywhere on Instagram. So you want to remove this. Now you have to study the aspect of the Instagram that is giving you your most conversion. There are some businesses that their conversion is going to come from Instagram feeds only. So when you realize that when you analyze, so this is the where being able to analyze your dashboard is a big factor. These are the reasons why I said you cannot run adverts effectively on your phone. It has to be through mobile because all this you will not be able to see it. Now, when you are able to look at this now, you are able to know which and which is giving you the conversion and at what rate. So this helps you to decide where you want to because you just don't want to just say your advert to be showing everywhere. Kindly note that because we've choose above that, anytime they see our advert and they click on the message, it comes straight to our Instagram DM. So you are safe. So either even if you include Facebook, what you're telling them now is your advert should also show on Facebook, and anytime people see your advert on Facebook, they will click on it. Now you just don't want to put everything because you want to know what is working. It's not just about you want to run advert. You want to be sure that whatever you set up that is working is the right one that is working for you. You understand? So most times you start like this. This is how you start. You would start like this, no exclusion. This is a very very important factor. This 23 to 65. You start like that. So this would help you to adjust. This will give you an insight into what exactly is going on in your ad account. You understand? Now, after you've been able to do this under your ad sets, the next one is your ads your ad section. The ad sets we've done it. The ad section is the next thing. Now, yeah, you can see that this particular one doesn't have flexible. While some ad accounts is going to have single, flexible, and carousel, this particular one doesn't have it, which is not really a big deal. You can still go with just uploading one images, one videos, and like. Now, if you upload one videos, you realize that you can set up, you can add you can include your video and image here, and in your write-up you will be able, let me see if I'm able to see do a sample for you. So let's say I want to do this now. I'm not touching any other thing. So this side now, you can see that you can add up to five different write-ups on it. So they will be alternating between the write-ups. So kindly, so now you when you've written that, Facebook is automatically going to generate similar stuff. You can see. So now you can easily toggle this on to know maybe you're going to no. So most times it's all about test and test and test. So one of the things that I do is I don't toggle this because I want to know maybe the write up I wrote down here. We are trying to understand what is giving us our result. So when you've been able to dissect this, you can now play with any other thing. Try to not just implement all these their recommendation, because most time it backfires, even though they will tell you that it's one of the best thing after sliced bread. You understand? So because you are trying to know what exactly is working, and you set up your messages that whenever they click on it, it shows up. Now, one of the analysis that I always tell people to do in their ad account, let me show you how you are able to know what exactly is working for you or not. Now, note these are the things that you cannot see on your mobile. You understand? So most times when clients reach out to me, I tell them that, you know what, let me first look at your advert. Have you done an advert before? What was the response like and this and that? So let's say you want to do analysis now. So let's say for this June DMs now, I want to see exactly the ads that gave a very good traction or give me okay, like this advert now that did this particular amount, or even if you just want to. So this breakdown is where you're able to check the analysis. So one of the things that will help you when you go and check placement now, you are able to see where you got the cheapest stuff. Now you can see there's feed, there's Instagram Reels, there's stories, there's explore. You can see that from this we got our cheapest at explore, but the messages we got there was not good. But we got more messages from reels and feeds, and you see that they were making sense. So if I'm to do further breakdown now, or I want to optimize this particular advert now, instead of me choosing the whole thing, I'm going to just focus on where I got my cheapest stuff. So like that, these are the ways in which you can cut down on your cost. You understand? So these are some of the things that go into trying to understand what is working, why this particular thing is working, and the like. Now, if you want me to do this for your business, all you just have to do is visit www.sesan.me and click on the work with me button to book a session. You understand? So when you click on the work with me, it's going to move you down to this side that you'll be able to book a session with me. We look at your business. I look at how I can come in and help you, and like that, we're able to help you to get a very, very good result. Not just every result, specifically tailored to your business. That's the key word, because I don't just do generic result. I give you specifics to your business. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.